Glowing? I know I'm on probation. I clean the droids. Can I go to the Tachi station? Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Xaereth Prevails, a Grand Arena story. We've got our first mention of Reva here, guys. 5v5 is back, and we're fighting someone with a Relic 9 Reva. We're just outside of the top 50. I think we're number 51, in fact. And, yeah, 5v5 is more fun than 3s, I think, for most of us, and it's going to be a good time. You can see the compare here, folks. My opponent does have, yeah, he's number 49, apparently. I was 51. They have a little bit more GP, though. That's not much at all. I have a little bit more modding. They have, I don't know, a significant advantage on some levels, at least, for the relics, but it's not too bad. And then Datacrons, we're kind of close in that. They have more rerolls than me, so that means that the Datacrons that they do use are going to be more impressive. So, should be good. This is in one of the bigger guilds, Ma, and yeah, it's going to be a good fight, folks. So before we start, just want to say thank you so much to all of my patrons. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for all the support, guys. You are the real difference makers. I couldn't do what I'm doing without your support. I truly couldn't. Thank you guys so much. If you want to support the channel for free, folks, here's a reminder that all you've got to do is hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, comment, do something to help mount your friendly local algorithm. It will be well. Let's get into it, folks, shall we? So, I'll show you the squads that I placed. I think I only placed 3 Galactic Legends, but I also did place my Reva squad. So up front, on the bottom, so we've got the really cool Chupio cron here, folks, which you know, it's just getting holds all over the place. Really good squad. Very difficult to beat by the regular means, and so I put it on the bottom squad, or the bottom zone, and let's see, we have a Lord Vader team that's meant to discourage bounty hunters and Imperial troopers. And let's see, that Treya squad with Savage is a little bit disgusting as well. The idea here, guys, is to flush him out of as many Galactic Legends as possible. I also have the standard Malgus team up top. We've got General Skywalker. I've got the Zori squad. My opponent does not have Tuskens. Once we start facing people who have a lot of Tuskens, then Zori on defense is probably not going to be the thing, but it's a very fun squad one way or another. And we have I put the Rose Cron on with them, just to see, just to show them. And then let's see, the Grievous squad keeps getting holds. Last 5v5 I got a ton of holds as well. The set 6 Datacrons on Grievous are just pretty dang nasty. And then something else there. So my opponent has General Skywalker, Malgus, the full bastard Malgus team, and let's see, the Chupio squad as well, and then a dash with Hondo team. Up top, he's got an okay Grievous squad, though the cron isn't as impressive. It's got the Droideka cron, but a few other squads that are good. Let's see, like this is where he put his Galactic Legends, strangely. He put Rey and Kenobi up top, and now he's forcing me to beat the teams down south that they're not Galactic Legends. And so, I mean, it's kind of an interesting tactic, because he's trying to make me save squads for these guys. So I'm like, okay, well, what if I don't kill these guys? Like, what if, like, I need to save all my squads for these guys, so I'm going to use lesser counters for the bottom squads, in a way. At least that's kind of what it looks like, it seems like that's what he's kind of trying to make me do. And, yeah. It's got that crew squad. Alright, so I decided here, guys, this dash team was trying to be a little too fancy. It's got I think it's got the Hondo cron, but I mean with Vandor Chewy, they can all revive. Here's the awesome thing about this, folks, is I do have a data cron that lets my droids not let you revive if I'm, you know, if the droid is the one who punches you. Now, every time we do damage to IG-11, or maybe it's every time we crit him, he's gaining back 20% protection because of Kuil. And that, I mean, we can run our turn meter quite a bit. You can see we also took that shore trooper first here because I wanted to get him here so we can punch. If we can actually hit dash, we can actually just take him out. I wanted Hondo. He was going to go pretty soon, pretty early. He was going to ransom someone, and I needed that someone to be my shore trooper. He was like, yeah, sure, you can do that to me. So he's ransomed because, you know, Hondo gains, what, 100% turn meter, something like that, when it happens. Now, a little bit unlucky there. We killed Kuil, but then he came back because of Vandor. I mean, now he's not back, but because apparently Dark wasn't the one who finished him off. Now, we're just waiting, guys. We want, I mean, Shore Trooper's so handy sometimes, guys. Just keep him for that pre-taunt because he just keeps getting ransomed. Hondo's like, haha, I'm making a difference. And I'm like, haha, you are a little bit dumb. You silly Weequay. I think that's his species. Check us out. We can fear him with the AoE. The only way we got through, folks, is we used Piet's AoE Dispel. That was pretty important to this. Otherwise, we'd have just been stuck. We'd have been stuck. Maybe we could have gotten there eventually if we had, you know, we can, as long as we can turn meter loop long enough, we could maybe just get Dark Trooper to be the one to punch like 3 times in a row, but the turn meter train with Shore Trooper here is decent. It's not endless, though. Alright, I got 75. Was looking a little sketchy at first, but yeah, without nest there or anything, we can do that. Not too much of a problem. Now, this is what I did last season as well. Remember, we have the Candy Cron here for set 6. This is our last season to have it, but when he does his special, if he does damage with the special, then it puts armor shred on everyone. And you'll note that my first hit with Maul was on Rex, and that's because I wanted to increase his cooldowns when I had 5 anguish. And then, I mean, it doesn't really matter that much. It'll be a lot more vital once the Candy Cron goes away and this squad turns into a more mediocre version of itself. So, alright, my armor decided to have some fun, I guess. Just like hit someone. The last clone with like her spiked mallet. It was a little bit messed up. Alright. What do we got? We got 3 stacks of anguish on Maul. I'm trying to decide. I didn't think I could actually kill him in time, and so the Canderous is running out of protection stacks. General Skywalker is gonna do something pretty dirty pretty soon. We gotta do something here. We want to prevent that nonsense, but also we want to get all of our banners back, which is difficult here. It's very challenging. But because everyone's dazed. If everyone wasn't dazed, like, see how everyone's assisting now? They're all getting their banners back. And I really love this camera on the top here, folks, because we can't see Bo-Katan's health perfectly. We can't see the debuffs on her. We're gonna do it for the rest of this fight, or for the rest of this GAC match, but yeah. Okay. So decided to use a Galactic Legend here, and I took Watt, and Han just evaporated Watt before he could get a bonus turn, because remember, they both take bonus turns at the start of the fight, but Han always shoots first, and he targeted Watt, and Watt never got his bonus turn. He didn't survive to his bonus turn. Poor guy, but we did manage to get linked on CLS and Chupio. What I decided was, like, CLS just takes so much, like, he gains so much turn meter over time, and Chupio is assisting every single time anyone goes. it's just gonna fill our turn or our ultimate bar pretty quick. And you can see we got that pretty dang quick. We can fry CLS and Chupio. Fried Wookiee. Sounds delicious. Smells delicious, at least. I don't know if it sounds delicious. I don't know. Hearing meat fry does sound pretty good sometimes, I suppose. Just trying to play with our food a little bit here, guys. Want to make sure that I'm getting my max health if I can. Here, let's link these two. Not too bad. I mean, you survive with Sith Eternal here because of... Yeah, we got our health back. 60 banners, not too bad. You survive with Sith Eternal here because he's a tough guy to take out. He's got a lot of turn meter. You can't reduce his turn meter. They don't have a way to daze him. And, yeah. Eventually, he's able to link people, and then he gets his ult. It's great. Now, this is a pretty standard fight. I probably should have sped it up a little bit, folks. I mean, the whole goal of Malgus here is to force someone to use a Galactic Legend, right? So, you know, I know that some people will use General Skywalker here, but it's not a guaranteed thing. Not in my experience. So, you know, I have 4 Galactic Legends. We already used one on CLS, and the whole thing is we need to be ready for whatever's in the back, including like I kept Jedi Master Kenobi for the back zone just in case he had Reva on defense, which I mean I think it's fair. Like, this is the first time anyone has had Reva available to place on defense, at least for this specific for 5v5, and like no one knows really how to counter her that well. And so I figured probably Reva in the back. After looking at what he usually places on defense, I just wasn't quite sure. Like, sometimes he'd put Lord Vader in the back, but with Reva, I thought maybe he would. So as long as we can keep Jedi Master Kenobi, I figured I had enough plans for the top zone that we could make do. And, I mean, I do have one other Galactic Legend of unspecified origin. Actually, I just don't remember what the heck, which one it was that I kept. Jedi Master Luke, I think, actually. So, yeah, it can get pretty hectic in the back if they have Reva or any Galactic Legends. I didn't want that because they have a good race squad. They have their own Jedi Master Kenobi squad up top. And in the back, it was not my favorite. There was the Sortie Cron, and then there was also this Lord Vader team with a fast Darth Vader, so we can't use troopers, which we already used troopers anyways. But like, this squad with Thrawn is also just not going to work for bounty hunters to take out. And then Reva is there. Did I say she was Relic 9? It looks like she's Relic 9. I can't see on my screen. You guys might be able to see, but... Alright, let's go to the top here. We have to take out this Rey team with Starkiller. Otherwise, we might just have to decide not to clear my opponent. Like, we don't have a lot of recourse in terms of like available teams, right? I placed a lot on defense, and so this squad, you wanna get as many people stunned, as many people shocked as you can, and then ability block, get rid of the damage. Crit immunity. And now we really want to get Rey into damage immunity if we can. It's not really working that well, but okay. Stick your turn. Everyone's shocked again. Gosh, that's a thick Rey. So I think this is a mistake, folks. So I was hitting Finn, and that's fun. It's fun to hit Finn, for sure. However, you really want to probably focus down Ben first. Yeah, see, that was a mistake I made. I got everyone shocked again, and then I decided to use my 2-turn stun with Palpy, because that's a 2-turn stun. We want to keep everyone in stun as long as we can, of course. I should have gotten old Ben into, not old Ben, I should have gotten Sweatstained Ben into damage immunity first, because the other two don't matter. You can control those two for the most part. Yeah, should have hit him. Now that I'm looking at it, man, that was a pretty big mistake that I waited for him. Like, you get Rey into damage immunity, and then immediately after, you need to hit Ben into damage immunity. Because now, we're in this weird situation where we kind of need, yeah, we need to get him into damage immunity. Now we need Rey to take another turn, which is going to be like an AoE, or it's going to be a whirlwind, or it's going to be a mess is what it's going to be for us, folks. I would have wanted to take another turn, really. But we need her to. We need her to take a turn. Maybe old Ben will be able to, like, ability block her or something like that. Okay, so another thing I should have done here. She doesn't have a debuff, folks. Oh my gosh, I can't believe. Yeah, so the only thing keeping you from just total destruction here, folks. And here, I should point out, I think if someone pointed out to me, if I just done the basic from Starkiller, it's an AoE when he goes. It might have just killed both of them, depending on the order of operation, but if it had killed Ben solo, it might have also then opened the door for Rey, depending on who took the damage first. But, yeah guys, keep in mind, if you don't have a debuff on Rey, she does effectively, like, double damage, just because if you keep a debuff on her with Starkiller makes it so that anyone who hits you while they have a debuff, that it does half damage. That includes Malik doing his Force Drain. You know how it does 100% health damage? With Malik, it only does 50% if he's debuffed against Starkiller, and that's one of your biggest protections, and I neglected that in a big way. So I killed Ben, and she went into ult, and there's just no way that she didn't have a debuff, so she did her ultimate and just destroyed me. So she's almost dead. It's almost enough to make a grown man cry, but alright, let's leave it alone for a little bit. Let's not get tilted. They have a Jedi Master Kenobi team, and this is more and more common. I mean, I've been doing this myself, making less than awesome Kenobi squads in favor of then you can build a really good Qui-Gon team, which I think he did. I forget if he did. Did he put it on offense or defense? Man, I just finished my second round of fighting, folks, so it's kind of fuzzy just a little bit. Now, Cat, I think maybe it would have been better to mark someone else, because, well, I guess this Cat wasn't incredibly tanky. I forget, like, that's not shade. I just, you check the stats on Cat, though, because she can be really tough to kill if she is, you know, if she has a lot of health and stuff. And so usually what you do against Kenobi squads is you take out Snips first, because Snips has more, or she has less hit points. And gosh, we don't even have Mark on Fulcrum here, which is her Fulcrum on she was Fulcrum at one point on Commander Ahsoka Tano. I guess she will eventually become Fulcrum is a better way to say it. So alright, we need to take her out, though. I committed. It's pretty scary, but we need to take her out as quick as we can. Okay, so she, let's see, it was Kenobi who killed Yoda, so we can actually revive Yoda here. Otherwise, Ahsoka Cat has that scoundrel cron that denies revives. So, okay, here we are. Pop the ult, and now I'm wearing black stuff. Isn't that a cool ult, guys? I wish everyone had. I wish all characters had that. Like, you just pop their ult and they're just like wearing a different color. It's amazing. It's inspiring. It's so cool. All right, so call Jolie to assist. He needs to do damage to decrease his cooldowns. And we've got time here. A lot of times with these Jedi Master Kenobi counters. Like it's it could be challenging to, like, you almost time out. So it's good. We're doing okay. Jedi Master Luke should be kept on offense these days, folks, because you need to have something that kills Kenobi. You need Jedi Master Luke to kill Kenobi. I don't know if I just said Kenobi should stay on on offense now, but Jedi Master Luke is what I meant, one way or another, because he'll kill every Kenobi version out there right now. And Kenobi on defense is a really popular thing because he is very tough to kill. 63 banners, pretty happy with that. All right, so he's got like quote unquote modern Grievous with a really good Droideka cron. The problem is he doesn't have the turn meter cron, so he doesn't go first, and he doesn't have like BB-8 to force him to go first. He doesn't have he doesn't have a cron. I think it's just like the no revive cron, or maybe it's the bonus turn cron if your health goes below a certain amount or something like that. I forget, but it wasn't that scary. Like that was scary. Like B2 dispelling all my buffs is like, but that's pretty scary. Gosh, and then I confused the tech ability. I thought that he was gonna dispel everyone or cleanse everyone, but he didn't. He was just a worthless sack and didn't. So, and then he died. He paid the ultimate price, which I thought was fairly thematic. Those of you who know things know why it's fairly thematic. So, yeah, silly Grievous, man. This looked like a pretty slam dunk fight, and then, man, B2 is just pretty dang vicious there. Dropped 10 banners, but we got through it with one shot, which is like my favorite cadence these days to chant. Now, let's see, we have the dash. We have dash, we have Kira. Hold on a sec, folks. I gotta go cough. Whew, how was my coughing, you ask? It was very nice, thank you. Thank you for asking. Alright, so we've got dash cron. I mean, they've got the First Order TIE Pilot cron here, and oh yeah, let's isn't too bad. I mean, I'm trying to remember what was I using BAM at? Maybe should I use them with bounty hunters at some point? Oh, I think we still have. Oh yeah, I was gonna keep BAM around for other reasons. All right, we'll see. But I don't even know if I use him. The thing is, BAM would be nice here because he would cause healing immunity on crew, of course. But I mean, Vandor just does like 200,000 damage on his special anyways, so I don't know why I'm worried about anything ever. Vandor needs his Relic 8, man. He's at 7, he just demolishes things so much. It's so impressive. It's inspiring, really. No wonder Han agreed to a shower scene with him. So impressive. Alright, so against Rey, you want Poggle on your team. Against other Galactic Legends, namely Supreme Leader Kylo, like, Poggle will reduce his turn meter so much that Kylo becomes unkillable because of his, his kit, the mechanics therein. But there's nothing about that in Rey's kit, and Poggle's nice because you get ability block on her and call to assist. So, alright, cleaned her up. Pretty nice. It's pretty thick Rey, but my really bad Geos were able to just shove her into the pit. Alright, there's some fleets here. Wonderful. Now, he didn't have Jabba here, folks. He kept Jabba for offense. Gosh, and immediately the probe droid exploded, which means they're going to be doing extra damage to me if they get turns, which apparently they are getting turns. Note that we have our own B2 here. He's, you can see my head is attached to his body. It's quite the enervating experience. So, one thing I kept trying to do, because I'm used to the Jabba fight instead of Lord Vader, is using my basic. I have a Datacron that gives me 100% turn meter on basic. Once on my first basic, I should say. And so, that's pretty cool, of course. if you don't have dots against Lord Vader, Lord Vader just kind of lolls at you a bit. Dude, just set him on fire. Or set him on rockets, it's fine. Sit on this rocket. Yeah, I'm not gaining bonus turn meter here because I have dots. So I kept making that mistake though, because I'm just a creature of habit. We gotta kill Lord Vader, guys. Come on. Just do it. Man, Aphra is so good with her cron, and I'm curious to see, guys, have we just been limiting ourselves? Like, is she just about as good without her cron, and people just haven't learned how to use her because it's lazy? I'm not sure. Okay, so I decided to, for a little bit, we needed to research how to fight Reva. So my friend Johnny on the spot was climbing in squad arena so that I could practice against his Inquisition, and while we were waiting for him to climb in squads, which wasn't that long of a wait, he was absolutely Johnny on the spot in this case. I decided to do my fleet fight here, or at least one of them. So he's got Executor, we'll use Profundity, because, man, I will say this, I used to set the most crazy fleet defenses I could, and ever since I started taking Profundity for offense, I haven't lost I haven't lost matches because of fleets. I mean, maybe I've lost because I got a few less banners or something in fleets. I was a little less efficient or something, but for the most part, like, you can't just point at fleets and say, oh yeah, man, I just totally failed here. Just totally crapped the bed because of fleets. Fleets are just so awful, blah, blah, blah. Profundity on offense has been amazing lately. Okay, so guys, let me pause it real quick. Let me explain a few things to you. So first off, Reva in GAC. Oh, she only has one Omicron. I thought it was 3. Did I tell you guys 3? I know I told someone 3. Here's the thing, guys. With her Omicron lead, which is the first one you should be applying, the lead Omicron on Reva is very strong, and it is, it means that when someone cleanses someone else, the person who gets cleansed, like if they cleanse someone outside of their turn, then the person who cleanses you, or the person who got cleansed, gets death mark, a locked death mark for 2 turns. So the goal here is to just not cleanse. So you have to cleanse purge specifically. So I put damage immunity onto Kenobi here, and the idea is if we put the cleanse onto, or if we put the damage immunity on Cat, yes, she would be safe for a little bit, but then everyone would go and just nuke Kenobi right away, General Kenobi. And the other problem is, because Grand Inquisitor gets an immediate bonus turn at the start of the fight, because everyone starts with 6 purge, then he'll put torture on the guy who's taunting, that's written in, and then his second move, which he'll get pretty quickly, he'll get his AoE ability block, which will apply to everyone, and then Cat will have to spend a couple turns getting that off of her. And in the meantime, hoping she's not getting stunned, hoping she just doesn't die because they've just wiped out Kenobi, and it just doesn't work that way. It doesn't work unless you get really lucky. And so you put damage immunity on Kenobi here because you want him to just wail on you for a while, and then you kind of just reach your purge, or you reach your annihilate thing kind of naturally. Now, I didn't fully understand the Reva mechanics with Deathmark, and so I really went overboard on not cleansing and on not, you know, like, there were a lot of times that maybe I could have cleansed a little bit, and I just decided not to. You know, like, you can't put the death mark on Kenobi, for instance. We could cleanse him, but you can see, I think I would play this a little bit differently, and in fact, I would approach it differently. I'll make a video on it at some point here, guys, because I think it's pretty important. But you can see the damage immunity on GK is pretty clutch, because otherwise, I mean, look at all those debuffs. Look at how much stuff they're doing. So please don't judge me for my lack of understanding on how Reva kind of works. Now, one thing that I will say is Snips is not here. I took her out. I had her available. I took Shock T here instead because I wanted her to like she can cleanse purge as well. But Ahsoka, when someone else does a special, you know, Ahsoka assists, and if she crits, then she dispels on someone random. She dispels on herself and on someone random, and or she cleanses, whatever, and that is something like she'll give herself purge, or she'll give herself whatever it's called, a death mark. It's a little bit hilarious, in fact. So, all right, Kenobi's not doing super well, but I'm not cleansing anyone. Don't want to get rid of that purge or anything. Gosh, we're kind of close to killing Grand Inquisitor, aren't we? Now they're starting to hit Cat, which is not what I want. Not even close to what I want. We need Cat to get her bombs, man. It's super important. Alright, put damage immunity onto Cat here, finally. It did cleanse her. So I think that's the thing. Like, Kenobi would have gotten the death mark for cleansing her or something, but because he's a whatever it's called, Galactic Legend, he didn't get it. I still don't know the kit super well, folks, as you can tell probably. So she not only did she get ability blocked, then Cat got feared as well, and it's a whole mess, guys. I probably could have popped the ult though. I think that's what that means. Like, I think he can cleanse everyone and not get death mark. So anyways, man, we are super duper close. Thank goodness. Slice out. Remember, so we've got the scoundrel cron to prevent revives. Otherwise, Reva would have just come back. So this isn't even a long-term solution here, folks. Not until we figure out the Kenobi mechanics a little bit better. But this is a pretty stressful fight, folks, because if this doesn't work, I don't have anything. I didn't bring Treya, didn't bring anything that could cleanse Reva or clear Reva. So, all right, we got the fail, but I mean, we killed the lead, which is crazy important. So now, I mean, we may as well just bring AdRad, right? I mean, look at how many turns they're still taking, guys. This isn't under Reva leadership or anything either, remember? Like, you don't get the Reva leadership. They just are very, very strong. And they're not even dazed because they have all this tenacity up right now. Even though they should be dazed if they're gaining bonus turn meter. Yeah, you can see GI there has dazed now, so to 7th. Yeah, alright, they're starting to get it. As long as we can get to as many ults, or whatever you want to call it, we'll be good to go. Just waiting, dude. Just waiting, bro. Alright, got the ult thing. Let's just take him out, I guess. They'll have damage immunity, of course. Well, they're one by one coming out of it, but... Alright. Decent cleanup score, actually. I was looking a little bit ugly there for a little bit, but alright. I think we only have one more squad to go until we have to finish off those ships. And this is Sortie with the Sortie cron, so remember, everyone has those extra parts, and you can't do a permanent death kill on them while they have those spare parts. And so, like, the disintegrate from Mando doesn't work here. And so the problem is, of course, like, how do you kill him twice? Because with the Sortie cron, whenever she takes a turn, then they're able to, everyone else gets their the spare parts back again. And so the answer, of course, is that Sortie doesn't get the spare parts cron, or doesn't get the spare parts buff. Not for yeah, not after the first one, I should say. Gosh, K2 just, his head explode, man. It's pretty epic. job, Zam. Just clearing them out. 63. Not too bad. Just, so get the kill on someone who has the spare parts, or anyone, if it's sortie, and then do your permanent death kill, the murder death kill on sortie. And then she's not around to use her data cron, and you're good to go. Alright, Malevolence here on this weirdo combo. Alright, took out Scythe right away. Oh yeah, this is a weird one. I don't want to be rude to my opponent, but this was very, very strange, and I want to make sure people understand. This was not optimized because he had the Scythe on defense here, and probably just like most competitive players are just like, you know what, I don't like the Scythe, so I'm just gonna do whatever weird stuff with it. But Scythe doesn't work with Thrawn, like, so he didn't get his 2 cool TIE fighters to go with Scythe or anything. It was just, I don't know. It's like that fleet was just exiled or something. Just probably someone saw it. They're like, "Dude, you shouldn't do that." And he's like, "Whatever, man. We're just gonna go for it. It's worthless, anyways." Now, this was I decided to science this fight, folks. I wanted to try this particular build with Gauntlet and Scythe and Shuttle here. Wanted to see if we can actually kill this Home 1 fleet. And that, man, don't kill that Shuttle. Shuttle is pretty important here. Shuttle keeps you alive. Oh, damn it all. Not good. Not good. We haven't done anything here. It's turning into a fiasco pretty dang quick here, folks. The nice thing is you can gain turn meter against Home 1, so every time you fail at something, or every time they fail at shooting your TIE fighter, you get turn meter on your capital ship. Alright, they killed another TIE fighter. It's alright. Look at that, we finally got a kill. Wonderful. Alright, the momentum's kind of shifting here, and this fleet isn't super well designed. I mean, it's just, it's meant to hold people up and steal a few banners, is really what it's meant to do. Alright, Biston's out of here. Let's take out Lando's Falcon for whatever it's worth. Or whatever that ship is we just killed. Whatever that is. Alright. 67, not good banners, but we got through it. And 1777, that meant that I dropped, what, like, say 70 banners, 75, something like that. So, you know, he's got a lot of wiggle room. I do have tough defenses, as you guys saw, including Reva and Jabba in the back. So, and maybe something else. I mean, obviously something else. I don't remember what it was. I guess we'll see in just a minute. So, alright, let's go look at the results, folks. He attacked later, after I had attacked, of course, and here's how he did. In the front zone, he failed once against the Traya Savage team, and then he failed once against my Lord Vader. So that was nice. I think he failed on Lord Vader, like, right away. I think he tried to use bounty hunters or something. And then, let's see, up top, he failed against General Grievous. So that's like 60 banners worth of failing right there. And then in the back zone, what did he do? He failed once. Oh yeah, he killed Rey and Ben and Barriss and left Sortie and L3 alive, which, I mean, spelled victory for us. He didn't even try to kill that Jabba team or my fleets or Reva, so that's basically it, folks. I mean, he didn't clear ships. He didn't try to clear ships, though. Oh wow, this is kind of weird and offset, but we'll go with it. So 5v5 Rust. I mean, please be, I don't know. Please be gracious in allowing for me to have, you know, being a little rusty in 5s. But, I mean, probably my opponent was pretty rusty as well. It's just how it works when they transition from 5s to 3s to 5s to 3s, etc. Yeah, my opponent probably could have cleared my fleets. This wasn't like such a dominant, crazy win. The score kind of shows it that way, but I just want to make sure people understand. Like, probably he failed once on that Treya team again with something he didn't think he would, and then he had to use something that he didn't want to use for the back zone, and then my back zone is just not forgiving. You know, Reva plus Jabba and a really dumb Rey cron team, or Rey sortie team, just not nice. So, anyways, that was my time in number 51. Now I'm in the 30s. I think I ended up at number 32. So stay tuned for that fight. I don't know where or when it'll be out. But yeah, guys, thank you all so much for watching. And remember that in all things, Xaereth prevails.